Alright, so if you're skinny fat, or fat and you're juggling a busy career, I'm about to teach you guys how to go from that, oh no, to a lean jack physique without looking like a bodybuilder boss. No, we're not gonna have you look like a Ronnie Coleman or a Jay Cutler. That's not the goal. But the goal is to increase our confidence, improve our self-image, and just look physically good for ourselves. I mean, how many times are we gonna be looking at ourselves, staring at ourselves in the mirror when we wake up in the morning with that belly hanging over our gut, or not gut, but our waistline, saggy man boobs, and then when we put on a shirt, it doesn't get any better. I just don't want that for you guys, all right? So this video is gonna kill any insecurities that you have, any self-doubt that you have, and give you a full roadmap to go from skinny fat or skinny to a lean jack physique, so that when you step into the room, everybody's gonna be looking at you like, God damn, what does this guy do? I gotta be near him. He probably has a fucking Mercedes, when in reality you probably got a Nissan Altima. You probably got fucking $1 million, when in reality you got a good maybe 50K in the bank, which is still pretty good, all right? But I want you guys to understand that physical appearance is everything, because what humans know how to do, they know how to look at you and they say, oh man, you know, I think this of something, or I think this of you, I think that of you. It may be true, it may be false, but humans only know how to observe and then make their own perception based off what they see. All right, so it's better that you improve your physical appearance so that you can have a greater reputation of how someone looks at you, because at the end of the day, this life is a people's person and people hold the opportunities that you want. So it's really important that you carry a good image to yourself. Before we dive into the video, if you don't know who I am, my name is Chick, and I went from skinny to skinny fat, back to skinny with muscular imbalances, and then to flat out fat, but then finally to a lean jack physique, the one that I'm in right now. And this whole process took me 5 years when it could have taken me 3 to 6 months. I just put my energy into the wrong things. I just don't want that for you guys. So because I had no clue what I was doing, no system, no real nutrition plan, and zero idea how to balance my job with fitness, I was working hella hard, but just in the wrong direction. So now after years of trial and error, I finally cracked the code that has allowed me to continue to add more muscle mass consistently while running a business without sacrificing my time, my social life, and most importantly, my sanity. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to do the same so that you can keep on crushing it at work, hang with your boys, playing around the golf, shoot at 88. Oh boy, you a bad boy. Have a couple of beers and then put your wife to sleep after a great round of golf. I mean, that's what life is about, right? Anyways. And then yeah, hop on Call of Duty or watch the game or play Battlefield 6 that's coming out this year without any guilt. So I'm gonna be breaking down the prime ROI framework, and it's the exact system that you need to make sure you're putting your time and energy into the right things so that you can build your dream physique in a span of 3 to 6 months instead of dragging it on for years like me. God damn it. So when you start investing your energy into the right systems, the ROI, aka the return on investment, is absolutely insane. So you're gonna be building a lean jack physique, you're gonna look much better in clothes, you're gonna have a sharper defined face, and most importantly, you're gonna have that long lasting energy. So we're gonna be covering the 3 most important buckets today: goals, nutrition, and time, so that you can master the balance between your career and fitness without sacrificing either one. So let's go ahead and talk about goals. The first thing that you need as a busy professional is a clear goal that you're gonna lock into, and this is by far the most important thing. Why? Well, because your goal is going to dictate everything. It's going to dictate how you train, how you eat, and how you should recover. So if those 3 things aren't aligned with the right goal, you're just going to be spinning the wheels. Understand that when it comes to fitness, there's 4 main buckets of goals that people fall under. 1 is training for weight loss, 2 is training to build muscle and lose fat, aka body recomposition, that's where I come in. 3 is training for strength, and 4 is training for power. We're not going to dive into power though, because that's just a whole different topic and it's mainly for athletes, it's not for us. So when it comes to training for the first bucket, weight loss, the simplest rule to follow is to stay in a caloric deficit, eat less energy than your body burns. And that's it. If you stay under your maintenance calories, you're gonna lose weight. You can eat Pop-Tart, you can eat crumble cookies, you can drink milkshakes, you can eat burgers. It doesn't matter what the fuck you eat. As long as you're below your maintenance calories, you're gonna be losing fat. Now that sounds good, don't it? No, that's not good at all. Because here's the problem. When you lose weight this way, you're only gonna be losing fat. Your muscles won't grow, and chances are it's most likely gonna shrink. So what does that leave you with? Well, boss, now that you ask, it's gonna leave you with loose skin. And not only that, soft-defined areas that doesn't really look good or feel good. So sure, you might be skinnier, and that's a huge relief from seeing the man titties and the double chin and the back rolls and the big belly. I don't gotta keep on going, you know, that's a lot. But what good is it being skinny if you have no muscle to shape your body, to shape your frame, to give your physical appearance, to let people know, hey, motherfucker, I'm here? And even worse, loose fat hanging on your skin. God, you know, that doesn't really look good to the eye. And I know so many people who say, yeah, sure, they lost the fat, but the loose skin really killed their confidence. So it's like, what the fuck did I really lose? And that may even require surgery just for you to cut the loose fat. So this approach, it won't help you build confidence. It won't help you improve your image. It won't help you feel strong or proud or confident in the body that you really want to wake up to. So would I recommend this goal to anyone who's to 100 to the 250 pound range? Hell no. All right. I would only recommend this goal to somebody who's 350 plus pounds. Okay, then yeah, your goal should be fat loss so that you can be more functional. But for those who's under, I want to say 270 or 300 pounds, your goal should be to lose fat and build muscle. So when it comes to training for strength, a lot of guys get this twisted. They think if I get stronger and I lift heavier weight, I'm going to get a lot bigger. Hey man, it doesn't work like that. Not exactly, all right? Strength is how much force your muscles can produce all at once. So how hard can you push, pull, or lift something in a single effort? So when you're training for strength, you're essentially teaching your body how to use more muscle fibers at the same time, keep your joints steady under resistance, and avoid wasting energy during any lift that you do or any resistance that you do. And when I say avoid wasting energy, that basically just means avoid using other muscles that shouldn't assist the muscles that's supposed to be doing the work. So for example, if you're squatting, there shouldn't be any assisting muscles other than your legs. And if your lower back and your back and other muscles are assisting, then you're putting those muscles at danger. And the outcome that comes with strength training is less on the muscle building side, but more so on the neuromuscular efficiency side. AKA that basically just means your mind to muscle connection gets a lot better and a lot sharper. For example, remember the definition of strength, how much force your body can produce at once. That can look like me essentially about to stand up, me squatting down just to sit down, me lifting my arms up like this, me raising my arms up like this, right? Me lifting my shoulders up like this, doing a little dancey dance, yeah. You know, but this is mainly important for adults or mainly on the older side who want to stay functional, independent without the use of their little kids assisting them on a wheelchair, and especially without them going to a fucking, what is it called? A retirement home. Oh, God forbid, that's every one of them worst nightmares. So if you can, you know, show them this video and show them why it's important to strength training, because the bigger and stronger, or the stronger the muscle is to pull on the bones for them to move efficiently, the more independent that they can stay and be lifting up from their chair like this without doing, oh God, my back. You know, they can just simply lift up and say, hey man, can you get me you know, you get the joint. You know what I mean? You get the example, man. I'm doing too much right now. Yeah, strength training is gonna be mainly important for those who's 60 or older. It's gonna be important for maintaining bone health and joint function and just everyday functional moves. Like again, sitting down, walking, standing up, things like that. But you're gonna see why strength training is somewhat a waste of time, especially for those who's under, I wanna say 50 years old. Because body recomposition training, it's essentially going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be building strength, you're going to be building your aesthetics, you're going to be building lean muscle mass. And these are all things that we want to improve our confidence and self-image and the way we look and the way we put our clothes on. And yeah, you get the message. So yeah, that's strength training. Now, when it comes to training for body recomposition, this is the best goal that any man can have on planet Earth. Body recomposition is when you're building muscle like this, oh God, while you're decreasing your fat percentage. So you're building muscle, you're still gonna be getting stronger, and your neuromuscular efficiency is still gonna be really good. Now, it's not gonna be to an extent like the strongest man on earth, Eddie Hall, but I mean, that's only if that's not your goal. I mean, if that's your goal, then hey man, yeah, bye-bye. You gotta stop watching this video. But if your goal is to build a impressive physique with aesthetics, body recomposition literally checks off all those boxes that strength training do. You're just not gonna be the strongest man on earth, and I'm sure that's not your goal. The biggest difference between training for body recomposition and strength training is the fact that body recomposition, it focuses more so on building more muscle, while strength training, it focuses more so on neuromuscular efficiency. That's the huge difference. So instead of chasing the heaviest weight that you can lift 1 to 3 reps with, body recomposition demands that you keep the muscle under stress consistently, rep after rep after rep after rep after rep after rep after rep. That's how muscle grows. It needs a challenge that it can adapt to consistently. So think of it like this. In strength training, you might lift 80 pounds for maybe 1 to 4 reps. And that's great for your nervous system, but it's not enough for major stress within the muscles so you can activate those muscles to grow. Now, in body recomposition training, imagine that you're doing 80 pounds for 10 to 12 reps. And my God, I didn't even give you the exercise to imagine, but imagine you're doing dumbbell chest presses. Who doesn't love a fucking sexy chest, all right? So imagine you're doing 80 pounds for 10 to 12 reps. This higher volume and longer time under tension is gonna force the muscle to repair, grow, and get denser. So this method of training for body recomposition is gonna maximize the return on investment that you're gonna get investing into this goal, because you're not just gonna be getting stronger, but you're gonna be building up your aesthetic so that you can be looking good in dress shirts like this. Oh God, Lord have mercy, look at that. So this method of training for body recomposition, it maximizes the return on investment that you're gonna get for investing in this goal. You're not just gonna be getting stronger, but you're gonna be building your aesthetics to where it should be. So now whenever you walk in the office, whenever you walk in a meeting, or whenever you walk just to network with people, whether you're gonna be connecting with a girl or whoever you wanna connect with, they're gonna have a really positive image of how you look because of how you look in clothes. You know, you look just sharper, you look a lot stronger. You look really, I wanna chiseled. That's my favorite word to use for lean jack physiques. You look chiseled, you know, you look like a confident guy and it's just poking through your shirt. Now you actually look like a man who's in control of himself, and he looks really good and sharp to the eye. And opposite of the man who doesn't really have any muscle because he's been training for strength, but hey man, at least he can bench 225. That's cool, right? Because let's be real, most of you guys watching this video, I don't think you guys really care about strength, right? I mean, does your belly that's hanging over your waistline care about strength? Does your flabby arms care about strength, or does your chest care about strength? Those second man boobs that's pouring through your shirt, does that really care about strength? Or that bird chest for my skinny guys, does that care about strength? No, man, you guys care about aesthetics. You guys want to look powerful in the clothes that you wear, and you want to feel powerful, you want to feel confident, and that's what I'm here to give you, all right? So you want to make sure you're prioritizing training for body recomposition and not strength, unless your goal is to be the next Eddie Hall. Then by all means, go for it, man. The world is yours. Now that you guys have a good understanding of the buckets of each goal for fitness, let's go ahead and move on to time so that you can know how to protect it, how you can invest it, and use it to fuel long-lasting energy so that you can have energy for the gym, work, enjoy rounds of golf. Wait, real quick, check out this swing real quick. Check out, oh God damn, you know, this video editor is getting fired. I don't know why he showed you guys that. Just having much more quality time with your wife and kids so you can actually feel like you're in control and you're living in your prime. So when it comes to time, I mean, we're grown adults, we have busy lives, we want to take care of our bodies and build up our aesthetics, but we don't want to spend 2 hours in the gym like your typical gym bro or your daily high schooler. We want to still enjoy life, reading books, sipping wine, playing golf. Hey, I keep on bringing up golf because essentially I am a pro in it, all right? I am a pro in it. But yeah, to build that lean jack physique, you only need 45 to 60 minutes. Anything over that, you're mainly dealing with these following roadblocks. One, you're waiting for machines or weights to be finished used. Two, you got 20 different people talking to you. Three, you're getting distracted by these gym shenanigans, like try and bench the heaviest weight, and then, you know, the scenery of the gym, like, you know, a lot of gym girls, and, you know, you're crushing. Let's not dive into that. Four, you're scrolling in between your sets. And five, you just have zero training plan and you don't know what to do, so you're just winging it. And these roadblocks are enough to make your workout feel like complete ass. And it's gonna make you think, I mean, if this is what I had to do every day, if this is what I had to come to every single day and I'm seeing no results, why in the world am I gonna continue to do it? You know what? I'm gonna just leave it for tomorrow. Everyone's favorite word, tomorrow. When the time you only have is now, the next minute isn't promised, the next hour isn't promised. You only have now, so why are you gonna keep on pushing it back? Right? You're not in control of your future. You're not in control of time. The only time you're in control of is now. All right? Quick lesson for you guys to know. First strategy, instead of waiting for the machines and the weight that you want to use, I would only make my workout plan consist of only dumbbells and then a little bit of cables, and you'll see why I said a little bit of cables in a minute. Now, dumbbells are really effective for you to build that lean jack physique that you're looking for. Because remember, the goal of body recomposition only cares about one thing, and that's stress and tension being applied in the muscle consistently. And dumbbells can do that. And not only that, they offer a greater range of motion, better than machines actually, because all machines are really good for is just mimicking the movement that dumbbells do. So when it comes to building up the aesthetics, chest presses, bicep curls, shoulder presses, these are all things that's going to build up your upper body aesthetics. And even for lower body, Bulgarian split squats, sumo squat, these are things that's going to build up your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, you name it. And remember when I said a little bit of cables? Well, that's because you're going to be using that only for your triceps, because studies show that tricep growth is massive when it's done with cables instead of dumbbells. So this is going to make your workout really quick, really efficient, and very effective with little waiting time. And hypothetically, let's say the attachment that you want to use for your triceps is taken. I mean, hey, you could just use the attachment itself and do tricep cable push downs, or you can do overhead extensions. It's still going to be the same effective using a rope attachment or a bar attachment. If anything, it's going to be much more effective because you're able to really focus on the muscle being worked using one arm. And not only that, you can use your other arm to assist you to push past failure and really, you know, develop those triceps that you want. Remember, triceps makes up 2/3 of the arm, so it's really going to be your triceps that you want to focus on rather than your biceps, even though biceps are just as important. So yeah, as long as you have the right system that takes into account the amount of sets, the reps, and the rest times that you're doing, oh God, you're going to be building a really nice superhero aesthetic physique. And by the way, I didn't touch on what happens if the weight that you want is being used. Well, the fix is really simple. Just do more reps with the weight that you're currently using. Why? Remember the goal of hypertrophy, brother. Remember the goal of body recomposition, I should say. If you want to build a muscle, what do you have to do? You got to consistently challenge the muscle, right? All the muscle wants is a constant stress against the muscle, right? It wants constant tension, right? So that means you got to train to failure with the weight that you're using. Do more reps. All adding weight is good for is just making sure that you're reaching failure a lot faster. But again, if that option isn't given to you, just do more reps so you can train to failure. So when you train to failure, your body's gonna be like, oh damn man, this guy still isn't stopping. He's still going, oh God. You know, and you're still gonna be lifting like, you're gonna be struggling to get the weight up when you do more reps. And the body's gonna realize that and it's gonna say, all right, you know, this man's training to failure. Let's go ahead and flip the switch and let him or allow him to build more muscle. Okay, Chick, you gave me the first answer, but what about the fucking second? What about the third? What about the fourth? I mean, boss, relax, all right? I'm getting there. Can I just finish? Man, I'm just fucking impatient. Now for the second, third, and fourth fix, you know, the talking to 20 different people, the gym shenanigans, and the your gym crush and girlies over there, and you scrolling between your phone, the fix is really simple as well. Now, if you're dealing with this, you're most likely going to a common commercial gym, all right? You're going to LA Fitness, you're going to X Sports, what else am I missing? Planet Fitness, of course, Crunch Fitness. Am I missing anything else? Vasa Fitness. Yeah, I know my gyms, man. I used to date them back in the day, but I had to divorce them when I realized that they were just throwing off my focus. They weren't making me have a good lift, and you'll see why in a minute. Remember, these gyms are open for everybody. They're open for high schoolers, they're open for kids, they're open for college students, they're open for people with no social training, just acting carelessly, boxing in the fucking gym, you know, doing shenanigans with their friends. You know, you got uncles bringing their group of friends to have a 4 or 6 hour gym session, hogging all the plates just so that they can see who can bench the most weight or whatever. You got some dads and uncles bring their kids along so that they can teach them how to train or just watch them train, which, you know, I can support that. And just again, all types of people doing shenanigans. And there's also gyms that can be really dirty due to poor management. Now, based off everything that I said, why the hell wouldn't your focus be thrown off? Of course, it's going to be thrown off. It's inevitable. So that's going to reduce the quality of your lift. You're going to be wasting tons of time, and you're definitely not going to be looking forward to come back the next day because of, and I can say this with so much conviction because even though I enjoyed the hell out of lifting, my focus would just drift. Talking to 20 different people, you got uncles dragging me to their shenanigans, or at least they got my attention and I'm looking at their shenanigans. You know, with all the yelling and the banging the plates and, you know, them hyping each other up and, you know, they're looking around, you know, boosting their ego. All types of people doing different shit. So yeah, that called for a change. And you know what I did? You know, the change is really simple. The change was to switch to a private gym. A private gym has everything you need. Machines, Smith machines, dumbbells ranging from 2.5 to 125. A clean environment, less people. People who are there to get in and get the fuck out so they can enjoy the rest of their day. And these are things that are guaranteed to improve the quality of your lift. I mean, you're forced to focus on nothing else but the body that you're building. And the satisfaction of leaving the gym before 60 minutes, it's like, oh my goodness, like, oh God. I put my body through hell. I know I'm building my aesthetics. Now I can come back home and eat some food, enjoy some time with my kids, girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to do. The time I have to myself is mine. Especially when you have a round of golf lined up with your friends. Real quick, watch me demolish this ball right here. God damn, man. This video editor is gonna get fired for sure. For sure, yeah, for sure. He's doing this on purpose. Another option that I will look into is spending money at a luxury gym. I remember spending money on a day pass just to engulf myself in a new experience rather than getting exposure to the same old experience at my gym that I really hated. And that gym was FFC, Fitness Formula Club, I think. But yeah, it was really good. I mean, they had bright lights that made your physique feel seen, well-organized equipment and stations for you to work in, wide mirrors, a upstairs, a downstairs, clean locker rooms, clean floors. You don't see no dirty paper towels everywhere that you look. And most importantly, they had people who was really intentional about getting their lift done in time. They're not there to fuck around. They're not there to goof off. They're there to work out, get in and get out. And if they have something to say to you, they're gonna keep it very minimal, but very meaningful. And with an environment like that, that's definitely something I said, you know what, I'm definitely gonna invest in this in the future. Because if I'm going to be building my body and I have a career and a lifestyle that I'm juggling with, I need a peace of mind to continue to help me stay consistent with it. So luxury gym, private gym, the choice is up to you. And when you make the change, don't tell a damn soul about it because this is your peace that you're protecting, for crying out loud. Now, for the sake of time in this video, if you don't know how to train for that lean jack physique, I already made a video going into detail how to do just that. The link is in the description. Just watch that in your own time. Now, we already talked about goals. We talked about time. Now, chick, what about nutrition, man? What about nutrition? I don't give a fuck about time. I don't give a fuck about goals anymore. You talked about that already. I want more. What about nutrition? Dude, relax. I can end this video right now. Just calm down, all right? I'm not gonna do that though, because I care about you. All right? Now, when it comes to nutrition, what foods should you prioritize? How can you track without tracking? And how impactful is nutrition for your overall health? That's what's gonna be covered within this section. So when it comes to protein is a non-negotiable. I mean, if you wanna build a lean jack physique, protein is a must. There's no other question about it. I want you to think of protein like the building materials that you need for your body. It's like bricks to a building. Without enough bricks, the building is going to be weak. And same things goes for the physique that you're looking to build. Without enough protein, your body won't be able to repair, grow, and recover for you to build that lean jack physique that you want so bad. It plays a major role in bodily functions such as healthy hair, but for the sake of this video, the biggest role that it plays for us is building a lean jack physique so that it can be building muscle and repairing it as we tear it down with our workouts. So how much protein do you need? To keep it simple, you need 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per body weight. So for example, 1 gram of protein per body weight, I'm not going to do 1.3 because I can't calculate 1.3 times whatever. I'm not going to bring out a calculator. So 1 times whatever your body weight is. Easy. Can you do the math? I mean, I weigh 206 pounds. So how much grams of protein do you think that I need? Yeah, I need 206 grams of protein. And I'm not talking about those small ass tub of protein powders that's only gonna last you a fucking week or two that you can get from Walmart or Target. No, you gotta go to Amazon or an actual supplement store that's gonna give you a 4 to 5 pound tub of protein powder so it can last you a whole month. That's gonna avoid you going back and forth to the store. So I want you to understand that protein powder is gonna be your crutch for you to reach that protein goal. So you don't feel like cooking a meal, well, hey, that's where protein powder comes in. You can go ahead and quickly give you a quick example. I mean, I've been busy all day and I didn't really have time to cook a meal. So this is gonna be your best friend. No free promo, but this is gonna be your best friend. You simply just open up your bottle shaker, right? You can see it's already been used for the day, but open up your bottle shaker, 1 scoop of protein, and you're gonna dump it in here, all right? You're gonna dump it in your protein shaker bottle, boom. Then you got another scoop of protein, and you're gonna dump it into your shaker bottle. So 206 minus 40, I can't really do the math. I don't really feel like it, but you can see how I'm just 1 step closer to reach my protein goal so I can build that lean jack physique that I want. So yeah, instead of you spending 15 to 30 minutes cooking dinner or lunch, protein powder is here to save you time, hit your protein goals, and continue to get that outcome that you want of you building the muscle. Now, how do you track the amount of protein that you're gonna be eating without tracking? Really simple, but first understand that protein should be in every single meal that you eat. The minimum 30 grams of protein, then the maximum, it can be however you want, but I like to keep it around the 50, 60 mark. And if you are not tracking, you can use this quick hack, follow me. So for those who's gonna be cooking, you see these 2 hands right here, these are how you're gonna be using your measurements. 1 handful is gonna equal to 25 to 30 grams of protein, but 2 handfuls is gonna equal 50 to 60 grams of protein. Here's how that will look like in real time. But just real life examples, you can imagine you just taking a fucking big handful of ground beef, take out your hand, that's 25 to 30 grams of protein. Another one, that's 25 to 30 grams of protein. But I'm gonna give you a real life example with chicken breast. Come on, man. All right, here goes my chicken breast I'm gonna be cooking up today. All right, but here's how that will look. You see this big fat chicken breast right here? This right here. This portion right here, you see, we're gonna cut that off. But this portion right here, that's 25 to 30 grams of protein, right? But then this right here, that's 50 to 60 grams of protein, right? Another great example, I have 1 huge chicken breast. Yeah, here's another one, right? Same thing. This is 25 to 30 grams of protein, but if I have 2, this is easily 50 to 60 grams of protein, right? So that's a real world example I can give you guys. And that's how you're gonna be measuring the amount of protein that you're gonna be eating within each and every single meal that you eat. Really easy way to track it. And I don't care what the case is, I need you to eat 25 to 50, 60 grams of protein within each and every single meal that you eat, because the most important thing within this goal is gonna be protein, protein, protein if you wanna build a lean jack physique and look good in the clothes that you're wearing. All right, back to the desk. Actually, let me go ahead and cha-cha my ass back here and show you guys. Like, do you see how important it is to take care of yourself physically, right? And build that muscle and build the physique and build the aesthetics that you want. It's so that you can look good in clothes like this and people can actually take you serious. I already know that your perception of me, it's in a positive light because of the way that I'm looking right now, right? I'm jacking my clothes, I'm dressed up, I don't really have a bad haircut, and I have a watch on, right? So your perception of me is like, damn, man, this guy, he looks really good. He looks really disciplined. He probably owns multiple six-figure businesses. He probably drives a fancy car. When in reality, it could be the complete opposite, but I'm using my body as a tool so I can play with your perception, so I can kind of make sure that I want you to perceive me the way I want to be perceived as. That's what it is, guys. You guys want to use your body as a tool always, always, always. All right, because remember, people's always going to judge. People's always going to have their own perception, whether it's true or not. That's the reality. That's the law of human nature. But you can use your body as a tool to play with their perception. Use your body as a tool to attract the opportunities that you want, to hang in the rooms that you want to hang in, to attract the girl that you want to attract. Your body must be used as a tool. Your physical appearance is everything. All right, now back to your desk. And then when it comes to fast food, it can work out, but that's only if you're smart about it. But if you really want the best results ever, choose the day out of the week and just meal prep. And why? Well, because you're going to control every ingredient. Your portions are going to be really consistent, and you know that your meals are built to hit your exact goals. The portions that these fast foods put, it can vary depending on the person. Some people are very generous and they put you a ton of more, and you're like, oh yeah, come on, give me some more. While some people are like very, very strict on following their business guidelines and make sure they put you the smallest amount of rice and the smallest amount of chicken, the smallest amount of beans and the smallest amount of corn. Fucking Chipotle, dude, come on. And if you're over your maintenance calories by a couple of hundred calories, that's just enough for you to handle the goal of building muscle and losing fat. Instead, you may be building a bit of muscle, but you're going to be building fat as well, or you're going to be gaining fat. Another bonus tip, if you're short on reaching your protein goals, or you're not sure that you're going to be reaching your protein goals because you're busy, you're running around, gas stations should be your best friend because of the fact that they always have ready to drink protein shakes in the fridge. And they're always ranging from 25 to 50 grams of protein depending on the gas stations that you're surrounded by. So now let's go ahead and move on to carbs. What do they do for your body? Why do they have a bad rep? And what type of carbs should you focus on as a busy man? The first thing that I want you to understand is that carbs are not the enemy. Matter of fact, I need you to go out to Cage or Pandora, buy a ring, and get down on one knee and say, will you marry me and just get inside of me, dude? Because I really love the things that you do for me. Because they're actually a tool for energy, focus, performance, and body composition, but only when it's used right. When you eat carbs, your body breaks that down to sugar, and that's what we need for energy. And that's also what powers the brain. So they play a huge role in memory learning, attention and focus, and decision making. But even when you're networking, even when you're on dates, even when you're playing golf with the boys, even when you're in meetings, so if you're in business or you have a couple of meetings to take, or you're about to go on a date, or you're going to a networking event, or you're about to clutch up a golf swing, what? I'm not gonna show you a fucking clip again, man. Mind your damn business. Your brain's performance determines the outcome. And it's not just mental. Carbs also impact the way you move physically. Lifting weights, running up the stairs, even staying energized for a 10-hour workday. Your muscles need carbs to perform. Without them, you're gonna burn out faster. Your lifting in the gym is gonna suffer, and your focus is just gonna drift away. And even simple tasks, they're gonna feel harder than they should. So I bet you're asking, chick, why do carbs get a bad rep if they do all these amazing things? Like, that's just absolutely amazing. Like, why do people talk down on it? Well, one, you listen to too much social media, and two, people eat bullshit. They eat processed junk shit. All right, they eat fake shit, aka they eat processed food. And all processed foods is basically when the foods and the biological integrity, aka the natural ingredients, has been manipulated just so it can make the food and texture just much more desirable and can last longer. And the biggest problem with processed food is that it removes a lot of the nutritional value, causing you to eat more and 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 more without you ever feeling full. So you're basically eating empty calories, and those empty calories, they wreak havoc on your blood sugar, causing them to never stay stable. And when that happens, well, too much sugar that goes into your bloodstream, that excess one can't be used as energy. So guess what, man? It has to be turned to fat. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, fat. It's a scary word, huh? But more notably is that you're going to get tired a lot faster. So your energy is going to crash so suddenly. I didn't really realize how big of a deal this was until 3 years ago. I mean, I remember this as clear as day. It was the month of March, and I decided to order a McDonald's Shamrock Shake at 11 a.m. Don't ask me why I ordered a fucking milkshake at 11 a.m. in the morning. And I had the intent of studying for this chemistry exam that I was pretty much gonna fail because the test was tomorrow, and I decided to procrastinate and wait till the last minute to study for it. So that's why I even decided to study at 11 a.m. in the first place. But yeah, 2 minutes after finishing that Shamrock Shake, I was fighting for my life to keep my eyes open. I couldn't focus, and my productivity, it was cooked. And here's another example that you might relate to. I once dumped a bunch of coffee creamer into my coffee because I really love the sugar and the taste of it. And I also grabbed a cinnamon roll. And guess what? I was studying for another chemistry exam that I procrastinated on, and this time it was like around 8 a.m. Again, I could not focus for shit. I mean, I was fighting for my life to stay awake. And it literally looked like this. Okay, I'm actually unlocking. Let me unlock it. And then 30 seconds after, like, it was really annoying to deal with, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why that was happening. So that's what processed food is gonna do. It's gonna kill your performance because of how fast the sugar enters your blood. And they also keep you in the cycle of overeating and binge eating when you know you shouldn't. Now, I'm not saying that you should never eat processed foods, because they're actually really good when you're about to use them before a workout. Why? Well, because remember when I said that processed foods, they immediately go into your bloodstream? Well, that's really good if you're about to work out, because the energy is gonna be immediately given to you to use. Okay, chick, I mean, you're really doing a good job explaining to me what I should do, what I should eat, what I should invest my time in, but you didn't answer this fucking question, man. What type of carbs should I eat, bro? Tell me right. I'm not gonna tell you again, man. Come on, I need you to relax from me here. All right, we're nearing the end of the video, but I need you to relax. You know, stay in your fucking seat. All right, I'm teaching you how to build that lean jack physique, but I need you to vibe with me now. Vibe with me, boss. Vibe with me. All right, I'm teaching you. Come on, come on, come on. We're almost there. Now, the best type of carbs that you should eat are the ones that's gonna keep you fuller longer, and the ones that's gonna give you long-lasting energy for you to take advantage of. You'll find these in Whole Foods, and all Whole Foods are, it's foods that's only made with one ingredient. Now, the real MVP though here is gonna be fiber. Fiber should be every man's best friend, because they don't fully digest, and that's really good because they do two things. One, they're gonna keep you fuller longer, and two, they're gonna clean out your guts so you're never feeling bloated and your guts are always just feeling lean and tight. Some of the best carbs I'm going to recommend is sweet potatoes, oatmeal, blueberries, or bananas, oranges, apples, tons of greens. Listen, I'm missing a lot more, but these are just some things that you can eat. Basically whole grains, and yeah, I'm missing a lot more. I'm not going to dive into that, but hey, I gave you some examples. And these whole foods are going to be the carbs that you need to fuel your whole day, and especially your workouts. And for the life of you, never fucking fast if your goal is to build a lean jack physique. I mean, listen, all this social media, they promote the wrong bullshit without giving any context, all right? Fasting is going to be good for, I guess, if you're not only weight loss, like purely fat loss, but also, I mean, I guess if you want to go on a spiritual retreat, cool, go ahead and do that. But it's not going to support the goal of building muscle and losing fat at the same time. It's just a recipe for low energy and a very bad gym performance. If your goal is to build muscle and lose fat, 3 balanced meals a day is gonna always beat the person who's fasting until fucking 6 p.m. or something. And shabao, that's it. That's how you get your dream physique in the span of 3 to 6 months instead of years like me. I already know you got the willpower and the discipline to hit your goals. I mean, you didn't land a good paying job by accident. You got it by showing up every day and executing on the habits and actions to land you your vision. The problem is that you just been putting that same drive, the same consistency, discipline, and focus and effort into the wrong bucket when it comes to fitness. And you quit. And it's not because you're lazy whatsoever. It's just because you didn't know where to place all that build up great energy, discipline, and drive that you had into the right system. Instead, you've been falling for these gimmicks on social media like fucking fasting until 6 p.m. God damn, who the fuck? Running hours on a treadmill or cutting out all carbs. Oh God, another bad one. And then just these random fat burning workouts. And again, this is not your fault. I mean, these things sound good on the internet, but you gotta remember that the internet's whole job and the whole social media job is to make sure that they're catching your attention. So a person can be unqualified as shit to give any sort of advice, but if they have a good hook, it's gonna catch your attention and it's gonna make you listen to the rest of the video, even if it's fucking downright bullshit. I realized that in human nature, people have their own self-interest, and it's very rare to come across somebody who's doing it for the greater good of others rather than themselves. And if you see social media in the fitness industry, a lot of people there, they mainly care about growing their follower count. So they'll do anything to grow their follower count, even if it means giving you crazy hooks without any context. When in truth, the process is supposed to be really simple. You put your consistency, your discipline, and your focus into the right goals. I mean, success is gonna be guaranteed. Like, it shouldn't be surprised whatsoever. So based off everything that I give you, figure out what works best for you. Build out your plan, test it, adjust it, whatever. I've already given you the what's in your house. Now it's gonna be your job to put it all together and see what works best for you in your lifestyle. But if you don't wanna spend more months or even years delaying your dream physique and you want it right now, I've already created a bulletproof system that does all that for you. It's built to get busy professionals lean, strong, and confident without looking like a bodybuilder, of course, in less than 90 days. Custom training app tailored towards your schedule, daily accountability, and even a certified dietitian and nutritionist in your corner. You're gonna get results guaranteed, so if you don't hit your goal, you're gonna get your money right back, and you're gonna get a lot more. So if you're serious about this, the link is gonna be in the description. Pick a time that works, book a call, and let's see if we're a good fit, brother. And hey, you know, maybe when we're done and you get your dream physique, we're gonna hit the golf course together, enjoy a couple beers, and get to see this beautiful swing in person. Bow! Come on, guys, I told you. I told you. Come on, guys, you really thought I was gonna let you guys leave this video seeing all those bad swings? I had to throw one good swing in this vid. See you guys in the next one.